I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. Hey guys, welcome back to the Drone Camps channel. Today we're going to check out a little Mavic toy clone. It's about $35 and it flies for over 10 minutes. This one is an awesome little trainer if you're just getting into flying quadcopters. This is a no-brainer for getting started, learning how to fly quadcopters. This is a pretty cool little quad with over a 10-minute flight time. Skywatch.Ai insurance is on demand, and anytime you need it, check out the link below. Alright guys, welcome to the field. Let's go ahead and check this little guy out. It does have a little app, and I'm going to press record on the video here for you guys and get the video started. It's going to record it down to the micro SD card. We're going to do a takeoff, a land button, headless mode. It has 2 speeds on there, and it does 3D flips. It's kind of, you know, I've seen that on a lot of quads here lately. They all do flips, it seems like. All the toy ones do. And one thing about this one I have to say right away is the video actually looks pretty decent on this one for around $35. I think they just discounted this one from like $50 down to $35. If you order it from China, you're gonna wait for like 3 weeks to get this, but it does altitude hold and it flies actually pretty decent. The video is what surprised me the most. You have all the other features on this one, like a lot of the rest of the toy drones have, like headless mode, 1 key return. You have 2 different speeds, high and low, and you have altitude hold, which is really important for learning how to fly quadcopters. If you're brand new and just getting into quadcopters, this is a really simple and easy way to go out and fly in a local baseball field or soccer field when no one's around. And right now I'm in that high speed mode, and you can see it does go quite a bit faster. But this is awesome for learning your orientations, your sticks, your throttle stick, and there goes one of the 3D flips. We'll try another one here in a second. Learning your sticks, your throttle is really important. Throttle management and learning how to pitch and the roll axis on the right hand stick. And also learning how to fly nose in like I am right here. That's really important. And if you have that real-time FPV view like I have here with that XSW UFO app, if you're looking for that in the Android store, that's what it's called. This is really important. Learning how to fly nose in, probably one of the most important things for flying line of sight. And I always tell people to start out flying line of sight first. It might be easier to start out flying FPV or flying in the goggles or actually flying just from your phone, but I swear to you, you'll be a better pilot in the long run if you start out flying line of sight. Because if you can tell which way the quadcopter's headed, like right here, and you can respond to that by moving the stick and bringing it back to you, you're going to be able to save the quadcopter. Now right here the video is full screen. Check out how much jello there is in this. This is definitely a toy drone. The colors actually look pretty decent right here, and I'm impressed with the color and how okay the video looks. There is a lot of jello, but the definition in the video looks pretty good for 35 bucks. So I'm not really going to complain too much about the video because after all, folks, it is a toy. I did have pretty good range. I was able to get all the way across this field, by the way. The range is decent on it. And I was worried that if I did go out of range, it might fall at the end of the field and go into the sand. So I kind of kept it over the grass for you guys. I didn't want to end the video short today. But it was really fun to fly. I love these days when I can just come out and fly a toy drone for you guys and relax. And that's what these little toy quads are all about. If you want to get someone young started into flying, these are really easy. I do see some props in the view right now, and I know some of you guys don't like that. And good luck, because you actually can tilt the camera down. And I'm going to land this in just a second. So guys that are irritated with the props in the view, you can tilt the camera down, which is cool. So this is a tiltable camera. I'm just going to bring it in a little closer here. We'll do a little bit of hovering close to the home point. What's up, guys? And to just show you how mellow this quadcopter is. It is brushed motors, so it's not anything super scary. You could almost reach out and touch this little quad. It's really lightweight, under 250 grams. Very, very light. And there it is. It does have LEDs front and back, which is cool. But when I shrink the video down, it looks really like a nice high resolution. And there's not a lot of fisheye to this. If you look at the video down low, there's a slight bit of fisheye, but not a whole lot. I believe it's around 120 degrees field of view on there, on this particular lens. As I get closer to the ground, you can see it gets a little more blue hue to it, which is kind of interesting. And I think that's the limit of the light inside the camera aperture when it's close to the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera down so you don't see the props. Just give it a nice little tilt down there. I'll try to fly a little bit higher for you guys. So I'm going to do that auto takeoff again. That's super cool. And see that blue hue there close to the ground like I was talking about. And once you come up a little higher and a little bit more light gets inside the camera lens, it really starts to equalize out and look a little bit better. I'm just bringing in full screen here for you. And I didn't change or filter or mod the video. What you see here is what you get on the quadcopter. So I don't have any incentive for changing this video or trying to make it look better for you guys. So it's just complete honest review. I don't make any extra kickback off of this review. I just got the quadcopter for free and I'm flying it for you guys. And I'm hoping that it doesn't fall down in this field over here on a low battery voltage. If you do go down below the battery's voltage, it'll do an automatic sort of come down and land. In an extreme case, if you go down to almost 10%, it'll drop out of the air. But this little guy is so light that it's probably not going to break anything, and you do get extra props with it, especially if you're flying over grass, which I always recommend for new guys. Start out over the grass. If you have something go wrong and it drops, it's probably just going to bounce in the grass. If you fly over a hard packed dirt or clay, that's where you risk like breaking the arm or possibly damaging one of the motor stems that come off the top. If it gets bent, it's just not going to fly very good. But you can see a pretty large amount of jello right there. There's some lateral lines going back and forth on the horizontal axis. But this quad's not really mostly about the camera. It's mostly about the flying capability characteristic of it. It doesn't feel quite as robotic as some of the other toy drones. And what I mean by robotic is that sort of lag when I move the stick. Sort of some of them respond later. A lot of the really small drones have a lot of lag between the stick movement and the quad's reaction to your stick movement. And that's what we call latency. And this one has a pretty decent latency. Just bring it in a little closer. Trying not to hit myself there. A nice little hover. And boy, I sure wish that green grass was on my side of the fence. If I get low battery and fall on the other side of the fence, I'm going to be climbing that fence. But what a fun little quad. This is a nice trainer. And a nice break from flying the really powerful big quads that I fly a lot. The race drones. If you're wanting to get into race drones, this is an easy way to get your skills up. This is sort of like what I would call an outdoor simulator. And you're not going to be flying without any type of stability assistance on this one. This one does not fly acro, but look how fast it is. And if you can learn how to fly this first and move up to acro later, that's always a good deal. One of my first original trainer drones was a little tiny, I believe Traxxas used to make a tiny little indoor drone years ago, over 5 years ago now. Kind of funny, an RC car company would make a little quadcopter. And they made several bigger ones as well that were pretty popular with people. But look at that nice solid hover. This is a pretty popular quad already, and a lot of reviewers have reviewed this one. And the video doesn't look bad for the price, I gotta say. Honestly, $35, you pretty much get what you pay for, guys. And when you do get low on your battery, the lights are going to start flashing, and it's going to auto land wherever you are on that first stage. So it's not going to let you destroy the battery, which is a really nice feature for new guys as well. There I am with my Star Wars R2-D2 shirt, nerding it out for you guys today. Playing around with the yaw axis on this quadcopter. But a lot of fun to fly. I think over a 10-minute flight time. with the 1S. It's actually a 1S 900 milliamp battery, and it charges up in a couple hours time with the USB charger that comes with it. It just slides into the quadcopter, and you have an on and off button on the very bottom. So if it doesn't turn on at first, that's why you've got to flip the little switch. And there's no GPS on this one, so this one's pure flying. This is what I always recommend starting out with, something that's just a pure line of sight flyer. With a little altitude hold in the very beginning does help. And if it's windy, I'm going to give you guys a tip. If it's windy, go ahead and hit that speed button on the top left and switch into the high speed mode, and it's going to fly into the wind better. If your quad starts flying away on you in that low speed mode, it's because it can't fight the wind. And I wouldn't fly this one in anything over, say, like a 12-mile-an-hour wind. Today it's absolutely calm. It was the perfect day to fly this drone for you guys. So I'm going to attempt to come in and land it now on my pad. I wasn't successful on the last landing, but that's also something to practice as well. Pick up a landing pad. It'll keep all the sand and dirt and stuff out of your motors, and try to land on it when you come in. It's a good little skill to practice. And even after years of flying, I still missed the pad. But pretty cool little drone with folding arms, 2 sets of props, and about 13 minutes on that battery. I'm pretty impressed with the drone itself, and for the price, it's a no-brainer. Definitely a nice one to pick up for a gift or for yourself if you're going to learn how to fly. But thanks again for watching this review, guys. I'm Justin Davis, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.